Hello everyone. Welcome the first live stream from Haggis Fall for this particular edition. I'm super excited to be here hosting this one, and I'm quite looking forward to how it goes as well. But before I actually jump into the session, I see there are a lot of people in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in. I see a lot of hey's, a lot of hellos, a lot of hi's in the chat. So thank you so much for dropping that in. Make sure you let us know in the chat where you all are joining in from, like which part of the country or which part of the world maybe you are tuning in for this particular live stream, and I'll be more than happy to know more about it. And once you drop that, of course, I would, this is something I always do. So drop in your favorite emojis in the chat, and just rain the chat with the emojis. I love the excitement that always comes in or pops out from the chat because me being the host here, of course, we have speakers joining in. We need a lot of energy for sure to put in, and you are the one who give us that energy. So feel free to drop in your favorite emojis there and let us know in the chat how excited you are, not just for this particular speaker session, but all the upcoming ones or for the hackathon in general. And I think we can take it forward from there. While I'm saying that, let me check where you all are tuning in from. Oh, we have Yash already there in the chat. Nice, Yash, welcome there. Joining in from Lucknow. Hope to visit Lucknow soon. Let's see when that happens. But if I'm there, I'll definitely keep you posted. I see Karthik from Jaipur, Urja from Delhi. Oh, Preeti is joining from Siliguri. Hi, Preeti, welcome. Bharat joining not too far from me. I'm in Vadodara right now, and Bharat is in Ahmedabad. Nice. Oh, I see those emojis coming in as well. Fantastic. I think it's like a YouTube emoji. That is why it's showing more of like a text of that emoji. But yeah, that works as well. It says face green smiling twice that too. But yeah, Raghav from Bangalore. Nice. Oops. Yeah, I think that's another emoji here. Hello. Yeah, maybe a Gen Z version of what hello is. I don't know. Nice. Ahmedabad. Fantastic. Thank you so much for putting in that energy. I think we have had an incredible start, and I'm looking forward to how it goes. But yeah, jumping on to the YouTube live stream, the topic of this one is level up your projects by building in public. And firstly, it is going to be an interesting one. At the end, you are going to attend our hackathon if accepted, of course. So if you're attending a hackathon, you're gonna build some or the other thing there, right? You'll be building, you'll be collaborating with your team. So how would you stand apart? How would you stand unique in your journey, right? And at the end of the day, how would you level up the entire process of yours? And I think that is an incredible topic to have a discussion on or to know more about. And that is why we have this YouTube session starting right from this topic. And I would not like to, uh, waste any further time, and I would like to welcome our speaker for this one, who is Yash Gupta. Welcome.
Hey, hey
How are you
Siddharth.
doing?
I'm doing great. Celebrating Christmas, enjoying the holidays. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's the holiday season
Mm-hmm.
for many of the
Yeah.
people out there, and it's all so much lighting and so much happiness around. And thank you so much for joining in for this particular live stream.
Sure.
Uh, Maybe we can start from your introduction because I personally know you, but most of our attendees might not be knowing more about you. So I think this can be a great opportunity for them to connect with you.
Yeah, I think so. I included a slide about me, but I think like I will finish my introduction here and we'll just clip the slide. So I'm Yash. I previously worked with Magic Bell, and before that I have worked with Coco Foundation as a front end developer. Currently I am doing my pursuing my bachelor's of science in computer science. I'm doing it online so that I'm able to like work and stuff. So I am also taking a break from work now, so I'm not working anywhere. um, I have been to many developer conferences. I've been speaking since I was 16, which is about 4 years ago. So that's when my first talk was at React India. I have a lot. So I have many friends in tech. I have worked on many side projects, and yeah, I would. That's about me.
Nice. I mean, thank you so much for introducing yourself. And
Yeah.
for all the audience, even I met Yash at one of the conferences happening here in India. and
Yeah.
that's how we got connected as well. But yeah, let me not add more to the time here. And Yash, over to you. Please take it forward from here. And for all the people in the audience, if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat, and we'll be monitoring that and picking those questions in the very end. Uh, Always remember, you can tweet about this live stream using hashtag #HackThisFar2024,
Mm.
and if you do that, make sure to tag us as well. But yeah, over to you, Yash. I'll bring up your slides and take it forward. Good luck.
Whoa. Hi. So thanks for having me. So shout out to Siddharth and all the other Hack This Fall organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak. I would say like make sure to check out the hackathon and also the schedule for any upcoming talks and recordings of previous talk. And today watched Varsha's talk and it was super fun, super engaging, and yeah. With that, I'm going to go on my next slide, which is about me. So I'm Yash, and you can use any pronouns for me. So it basically says the same thing that I was talking with Siddharth. I've worked with Magic Bell and Coco Foundation. Here's a QR if you want to go to my Twitter. Um, okay, let's move on to the main thing, and that is what is building in public. So, to put it shortly, building in public is about publicly talking about your journey in real time about what you're building. So, say you are building a low level framework, and every single day you add updates to that framework, and you come up with a new idea about it, say a new kind of syntax, a new way to do things. You tweet it out. You tweet about the new libraries that you found. You tweet about like all these new things, and that's what basically building in public is rather than coming up someday and announcing that hey, I have this side project that's like ready. You talk about your project as you build it. um, so the things that you talk about when building in public can be often about the challenges you face. Say you are trying to implement something and you cannot, you don't know what libraries would be useful for implementing it, or it could be about an emotional challenge that how you are like maybe sacrificing time for something else to work on the side project, or even logistical challenges. So it can be as simple as talking about your projects on X, or formerly Twitter. You just like doing one or two tweets here and there. Okay. So on to the next slide, which is I will talk about why should you consider building in public. So when you're vulnerable about your challenges and transparent about your processes, it fosters trust, because when everyone sees what you're doing, people 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 know what you have been doing, and they can like see the process that you're having very openly. And that like sorry, I'm a bit distracted by the chat, so I'm trying to keep a tab at the chat too. uh, so yeah, where was I? So when people see that you are like vulnerable about your challenges and transparent, people can also relate to you about like similar challenges they might be having. I had this experience often where I was talking about one of my side projects, and someone came up to me and they said that hey, they implemented something similar in their workspace and they faced the same challenge, and that gives you some amount of emotional connection. Is that hey, I face the same thing that you're facing right now, and it might also it might also help you get some new solutions to your existing problem. And doing this on Twitter and like people seeing your interaction with other folks who have built things that are similar to you, it also makes you a more credible person, because it helps people recognize the work that you're putting in. And people can sort of see the process that you're going through rather than just you coming one single day and saying that hey, I have this amazing thing that I've made by myself, and as compared to something that you put a lot of effort in, so people are seeing like daily what your struggles are and how much of the work you are putting in. So a lot of people I personally know have gotten recognition and even jobs because of sharing what they're building in public. So another thing that building in public might help you with is accountability. So when you regularly share what your journey is with other people, they sometimes come and ask you about how was your project going, and that sort of small pressure, which is like you should like not really be reliant on any external validation to get things going, but a healthy amount of accountability from other people who know what you're building can really help you your can really help with your project going forward and you being consistent. So validation is another thing that's like great about building in public. So this is a warm take, but a healthy amount of validation is really useful, and it can like help you like know that what you're doing is great, it's valuable, and like every day you realize that the something that you're doing, the challenges that you're facing, they're not unique. Other people have faced that, and people go ahead and people sometimes validate you that whatever you're doing, it's amazing work. So for example, if you know a Node.js runtime alternative called Bun, so Jared Palmer, who is essentially the founder of Bun, he was building a lot of Bun in public, and he got a lot of compliments about the benchmarks that he kept posting. And yeah, it was a lot of fun watching Jared build Bun in public. So next thing, I'm going to talk about some examples of my friends, the projects they built, and how they have helped me. Um, so my friend Saurabh, he tweets about Able all the time, and he's not always building it, but like when he does, he tweets about it, and it always grabs my attention. So Able is a static site generator that he sorts of built in public, and talking about his project on Twitter and other open online forums have helped him get some contributors, and I can tell it because I am one of those contributors. um, so like when I saw Able, I went into the code base of Able, I tried like understanding it, and Saurabh even helped me understand a bunch of things about Able and static site generators in general. So another example of building in public and sort of maybe even learning in public as an extension of building in public, because once you are building something in public, you are also going to learn a lot of things about um, about the processes, about the tech, right? So say Anurag is learning TypeScript, so he also did a bunch of very small projects with TypeScript, and those included things like making a whole parser with just types, and I can't build a parser, but like in plain TypeScript. But what I did happen to realize was that how powerful TypeScript was, and I also asked him about a lot of different types of things on TypeScript, and he was able to help me get to understand TypeScript better. So if Anurag was not building these small projects with TypeScript and posting them on Twitter, I don't think I did be ever as good at TypeScript as I am. Not saying that I'm like good at TypeScript, but like my current level of understanding TypeScript. So now that I've talked about my friends, I also want to talk about my journey, because it might feel a little bit awkward to not talk about myself when I'm giving this talk about building in public. So over the years as a developer, I've shared a lot of side projects on Twitter, a lot of small projects, and more recently, I've shared many projects on smaller Discord servers. So I've received a lot of feedback from other developers, and other developers have reached out to me for help when they notice that I have worked with something they want to work with. So say like I remember once posting my small Rust side projects, or my things that like really, or the things about Rust that got me really excited and how I could use them, and and it and seeing that, um, some people reached out to me regarding Rust, and I helped them, and like I felt really great because they really admired my Rust skills, which aren't as great either. I wish I could be better. Other things that I worked in the past was configuration files of Linux and NeoVim, which are on my GitHub, and I sort of worked on them openly, and people really reached out to me, and I was able to help them, and it really inspired them to like dig things on their own and figure out new things that I used later than in my configuration. So this is an example of where like I built something in public, and I attracted a few friends who also got interested in building things, and even got inspired from me, and then they like did more research, and then I got inspired from them. So it it helped me it helped me make better side projects. So enough of examples. Now let's talk about the more important part, about how you can build in public. So the first thing that most commonly that is used, that I see being used for building in public, is X, the platform that was formerly known as Twitter. So I believe that X makes for a great platform because it is easy to share your progress with words and photos. So say like you have an update about your side project, you can like simply post a small video or a small photo, and some days you might have an issue that is based on an abstraction and which you just cannot show in a photo, and those are the days when you just tweet out a small description of the problem that you're facing. So it's also great for other reasons, such as it has like a vibrant tech community, um, and that community like really gives you feedback and a place to connect with multiple new people. So another social media platform that I really like to use to build in public is Discord. So Discord has a lot of close knitted communities, so it can give you opportunity for deeper discussions with fewer people. So with features like threads, you can make threads about your projects and the problems that you're facing and discuss it with multiple people, and that discussion can go on. Um, so some communities might also have regular voice chat where you could share your project in a more interactive manner. So I am in a server called Party Corgi. You can go on Twitter and like DM me, and I will share you a invite if you want to. So people on that Discord server often have voice chats regularly, where some of them sometimes play games, and other times they share the side projects they are working with. And honestly, like they have also people there have helped me make my projects better by giving me suggestions, especially the more experienced folks. So other platforms that you could use are like Twitch, because it is a great platform for streaming and live vending your open source projects. So I see a lot of developers that go on Twitch, and they have become like really popular by just like streaming whatever side project they are building, and they do, and that is essentially building side projects in public. So for example, this would be some like the Prime Engine built Harpoon, and there are a lot of other developers that I looked into who build their stuff and side projects live on Twitch. um, so other platforms that could help you are Reddit, Hacker News, Instagram, and even YouTube. So I see a lot of things being posted on Reddit around side projects. People posted their own all the times on subreddits, and and like Reddit is like an excellent community for feedback because they have an upvote system. Hacker News has a reputation for sometimes being too toxic, but I would, but like I wanted to mention Hacker News because it has become a very de facto platform for sharing your side projects. Also, other platforms like Instagram and YouTube, it could be a bit hard to make content for them because it requires some work like producing the video or like editing it, or like you get the idea. And so based on these parameters, you could choose what platform would you like the most for building in public your next side project. And you could also use all these platforms in conjunction so that you are able to get get more viewers maybe. And there are some other chat apps that people use all the time, like Matrix servers and Telegram. So make sure to check them out too. So I don't want to waste more time. I think that was it. So thanks for coming to my talk about building public. A huge shout out again to Hack This Fall for giving me this opportunity. Make sure to check out the future talks and sessions of Hack This Fall. Um, and yeah, I think I will do the AMAs now. This was.
Awesome. I think that was really quick. Thank you so much, Yash, for doing that. And
Yeah.
you did a little part of mine as well when you said that make sure to check out the upcoming sessions. Of course, we need to because we have the speaker schedule live here. Some of the slots are TBD as of now because we're still
Mm-hmm.
waiting for some confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
But the dates are logged. So if the dates are there, there's definitely one
Uh-huh.
session going to be there on that date. So you can always check
Yeah.
it out here. But yeah, jumping on to the AMA, I see there are still people joining in. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have regarding anything
Mm-hmm.
specific with respect to building in public. We are also going to have more of these sessions ahead. But if there's anything specific, let's say with your project building journey, with around how could you share it effectively more on public, I think this is the right time. Meanwhile, I see one question there which is kind of a different from what we were having a discussion on, but maybe it's good to answer that. What's your take on this? Yes.
Is Laravel good for making admin panel for websites? Do you mean this one?
Yeah.
Since I don't have much experience with Laravel, but like I guess.
I mean, so here's the thing. When it comes to like, I am giving this out of context from if I have the knowledge of Laravel or if I'm using Laravel. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
there are multiple things that you can do with in number of different things. Of course, there's the possibility of creating an admin panel, let's say in Laravel. But
Mm-hmm.
with your question, that is Laravel good? I think you can try it for yourself, and then if that works for
Mm-hmm.
you, I think that works well. But before there's any more question in the chat, I do
Mm-hmm.
have one question for you, Yash. Now, because
Yeah.
Haggis is going to host its hackathon in the February,
Mm-hmm.
which is 9 to 11
Mm-hmm.
February, I have a very specific
Uh-huh.
question with respect to the project building process at its core,
Mm-hmm.
because when we talk about building projects at a hackathon, there are so many phases to it. It starts from ideation, that what kind of project should
Mm-hmm.
I personally build on, or will that solve any
Mm-hmm.
problem? In While our motto is to innovate for good, it becomes more crucial for our attendees to think about right topic or right idea to build a project on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the first stage of ideation. Second is where they
Mm-hmm.
actually build the project, where they form
Mm-hmm.
the team, they gather more, ideas or
Mm-hmm.
approaches, and they start building on top of what they already
Mm-hmm.
had up in their mind. The next stage
Mm-hmm.
would be more about that they pitching their ideas or they validating their ideas. I think you already
Mm-hmm.
covered about it a little. And last is that
Mm-hmm.
post hackathon.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want your suggestion on how they can effectively use the building in public thing for each of these phases. Let's say starting from ideation, then building the project, and then validating it.
Mm-hmm. So if we start with ideation, building, and validating, okay. Okay. So for ideation, I think like being active in the communities where people are like building in public a lot could help, because like if you look into any sort of ideation, the more input you have, the better ideas you get. So the more context that you have about like different kinds of technologies you could use, different kinds of things that exist, the more ideas you get. So a lot of times, like when I go to conferences, I see people talking about different types of web applications they build. Say, I don't know if you folks know him, but like say Akash is talking about um, talking about the web APIs regarding around videos. Then like I get this unique idea about that. Hey, like this sounds amazing, and Akash has made this so simple to understand how to how the web API around making videos work. So now I know that it's possible for me to go back to his talk and like see how those APIs could be used, and then I could combine it with any other ideas, say like a presentation app that I see someone building in public, and they're talking about different kinds of libraries that they are going to use for the presentation app. So someone might be like comparing the pros and cons, and you could get into a discussion, and the more people you discuss with, the better the ideas you are able to create. So for building, it could be useful, as in I think I've talked about this a lot in my talk. So for building, it could be really useful, because you can like effectively have a feedback loop from the public. So some people, so if you post your projects on X or Twitter, then people might be able to give you feedback that you will be able to use, um, and uh, and that sorts of also extend in validation, because when people are seeing, they can also like validate your idea. Because people who have like all sorts of different use cases, people who are from a diverse group, they are going to tell you that, hey, say that someone is colorblind and they notice your project and they say that the contrast is not right, and like the idea that you are making might not be accessible to me, then you might be able to rethink about the project in a more diverse way, where you can make it, say, more accessible, more performant, or like even make it even better.
Makes sense. And how about post hackathon? Because many a times they build incredible projects, like the projects
Mm-hmm.
submitted by hackers for in under the submission period. It's like very
Mm-hmm.
important many times to also leverage those projects that they have built using that, in that
Mm-hmm.
duration of short hours of a hackathon. How do you
Mm-hmm.
recommend them to leverage the building in public thing post hackathon as well? Because now the hackathon has ended, they have a project on their table, not sure if that is
Mm-hmm.
complete or not, but how can they leverage their resources or energy they have put it in for the future ahead?
Yeah, I think like when you're doing a hackathon, you can like only have so many collaborators in a project, because like of course you have your small team who is building on that project. But like once the hackathon is done, awards are announced, maybe you could take that project open source and you can like talk publicly about that project, and you could say that hey, we are taking this project out of hackathon, and people could come up with different communities with different ideas, and they could even help you implement it on GitHub. Because I personally know with Abel, I have another friend who like really helped Saurabh with some of the Abel concepts. Although this was not a project born out of hackathon, but I could see a similar thing happening with a project born out of a hackathon.
Yeah, yeah, true. Absolutely. I think that's a great point of, first of all, of
Mm-hmm.
course, making it open source. I have seen many hackers keeping it public, and then just after they hackathon they keep it private.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be even better for you to open it for suggestions. Talk about the project that you have been building in during the hackathon, post it publicly on
Mm-hmm.
platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, seek for suggestions, and improvise on top of that. Maybe you can also continue with that project by taking it to a new hackathon or another hackathon and build on top of
Mm-hmm.
what you have already built in the previous one. And I think that can be a great step ahead in the project that you have already started
Mm-hmm.
building. And the idea is good. You can take it far more in the future. So, yeah, I do not see any more questions as of now in the chat, but I know Yash is quite reachable on Twitter. So, in case you have anything, feel free to reach out to him over there. And just to uh, have more of conclusion towards the live stream, any ending remarks from you, Yash?
Apply for Hack This Fall if you want to
That,
go to
that
an
was my
amazing
job, but
hackathon.
thank you once again.
Uh, no, I mean seriously, like Gandhinagar is a lovely place from what I've heard, and I really want to see Ahmedabad at some point. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would like really
While,
recommend going there.
of course, and while your top priority right now is to visit Gandhinagar and Ahmedabad, I'm sure once you visit Hack this fall, your top priority will change. But that's how I would like to end it as well. Yeah, thank you, Yash, so much for your time and for joining
Yeah,
us. Hope to connect with you soon.
yeah. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays, Siddharth. See you all soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. And that was Yash from his side. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I know this was quite a quick one, but believe me, this is just a starter, and we'll have more of such sessions in the future ahead. And in case you have missed it, find the speaker schedule here on our website, which is hackthesworld.tech/schedule. Uh, some of the talks are still in process, but the dates are locked, so you can expect definitely some of the other speaker sessions happening on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you haven't applied at this for 2024, here is your link to go ahead and do it. The dates are 9 to 11 February. It is happening in person in Gandhinagar, and it is going to be a 36 hours in person hackathon. So we are quite looking forward to that, as this will be our second in person and fourth edition of hackathon. So we all are excited for this one, and I would not want you to miss out on the experience that we have for you all. In case you haven't joined our Discord yet, this is the link for you to go ahead and join us. Over there, we already have hackers from around the globe interacting and collaborating there. So, in case you're looking for a team, if you are a solo hacker, find your team in the team building channel. And I think that will be a great place for you to also network with other people and share your views and ideas as well. Right. Well, all the links are there in the description, so feel free to check it out. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel in case you haven't yet, so that you do not miss any notifications from our end in the future. Well, with that being said, I think I'll say bye bye for this one. Of course, to meet you another time in some other live sessions at AgriSpot. And yeah, happy holidays and enjoy. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks for joining.